Hi everyone, Natty here. I was hoping to relaunch this YouTube channel with some lifestyle and fashion content, but a gang of fascist billionaires are trying to take away all of our livelihoods. So here I am talking about fucking tariffs and what they do to a business like mine. Apologies in advance if I get upset or emotional, but I'm watching a bunch of men who will never have to worry about money in their lives chew up my dreams and spit them out. So here we are. A little bit about me. I'm a writer and clothing designer living here in New Orleans. I recently opened a shop here in the French Quarter, which I'm very proud of. It's been a lifelong dream of mine. My background is in journalism, writing, fashion history, but I've worked in the clothing business for years. I've worked for Canali and Paul Smith. I managed some bespoke shops in New York. I briefly ran a business in London for a couple of years with a friend of mine, and about 8 years ago I launched Natty, my own brand. I've been doing this for 8 years, working really hard, made it through the pandemic, really proud of myself, focusing on custom suits for all genders. About a year ago, I had the opportunity to finally realize one of my dreams, which was to open a shop here in the French Quarter. I found a property that I could afford, and I started building it up. So from June to October of last year, I worked really hard to get this place in order. I put all of my money into it. My family invested some money. I didn't have any outside investors. I took on some debt. I did the kind of things people usually do when they're launching a new business. But I'm a punk, and the DIY ethos runs strong through me. So I did a lot of the work myself. Natty Adams here in the French Quarter is a labor of love. It's built up with a lot of sweat equity. Me and my friends put a lot of muscle into painting the place, setting it up. It was really tough, and I'm proud of the result. My business model for the past 8 years, I was mainly focusing on custom suiting, and I've used the same factory in China for about 15 years now. I have a really good working relationship with them. I use their software for my pattern making. They've been fantastic to me. I have relationships with my factory liaisons there. I import fabrics from the UK and Italy and other places, and my manufacturing is done in China, like 93% of American apparel manufacturing. Yesterday the Trump administration announced a huge round of insane tariffs that are basically asking the entire world not to do business with us. This is going to hit me really badly. Now, you might say, okay, I manufacture in China, won't this be good for American businesses? My business employs local people. I have local people who do my alterations. I hire local people to tend to the garden outside, to help me with various jobs around here. I hire local bars when I'm doing events. I have local designers showing their work in my shop. It's really important to me. I spend a lot of money here in New Orleans, and all the other businesses do here too. So a lot of the money that I earn goes right back into the local economy. And I pay sales tax, and I'm proud to pay sales tax. I'm happy to pay it. I pay state tax, local tax in the city, and also French Quarter tax, because I'm so lucky to have a shop here in the French Quarter. That's a big deal. And I'm glad that that money goes back into the community. Unlike the billionaires in charge right now, I have no problem with paying taxes. I think it's a good thing, and I think it's a patriotic thing, and I'm happy to do it. My pricing. So, my suits aren't cheap. I use very high quality materials, and the construction is really high quality. I'm proud of that. That's not something I ever plan on changing. It's something that I bank my reputation on. And sometimes clients come in here, customers, they look at what's on the racks, they ask me about the costs, and they're surprised that it's so expensive. And that's because a lot of people nowadays shop with fast fashion. They're not used to how much things actually cost. But I've been in this business a long time. I price my custom suits a little bit less, actually, than a designer suit off the rack. So you could go and buy a Paul Smith suit or an Armani suit and pay, $2,000 to $3,000 for it. Or for $1,650, you could come to me and design a suit with me and support a local business. My big thing about my customers is that I really want people who don't wear suits every day to buy my suits. That's important to me because most people don't wear suits every day. And a big part of my writing, I've written 2 popular books about men's fashion, I Am Dandy and We Are Dandy with the photographer Rose Callahan. Very proud of those. A big part of my life is encouraging people to express themselves through how they dress, to have a different relationship with clothing, to think about buying quality clothing and wearing it in a way that you might approach going out for a fancy meal. This is something to be enjoyed. It's not something you have to do, it's something you get to do. Maybe you don't have to wear a suit to work, but maybe now you get to wear a suit when you go out. A lot of my clients are people who never wear a suit to work, they've never had a custom suit made, they're often getting it for a wedding or some other event, graduation. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention people who have recently gone through gender transition. That's a big part of my business, and it's been a point of pride for me to work with those people, and I'm honored to do so. So I'm targeting customers who don't typically wear suits. They're not people who, I have clients who are businessmen, who are bankers, who are lawyers, who are doctors, and they'll buy several suits from me every year, and that's great, and I love that. I love working with them, but I want to expand to people who, this is a luxury purchase for them, and I want to give them that experience. And a big part of that was that now that I have a brick and mortar store, I was able to fulfill a long-time dream of mine, which was to do my own small ready-to-wear collections each season. I was really, really proud of this. It brought me a lot of joy and pleasure, and part of that was that I wanted younger people to be able to come in and buy a suit off the rack from me at a price that they could afford, but that obviously still reflected the work and the materials and the time and care that I put into it, that my factories put into it, that the local people who helped me with finishing and things like that put into it. So when it came time to price my ready-to-wear, I deliberately priced it around the high end of a brand like J. Crew. I wanted people who normally buy things from shopping malls or high street stores to instead say, you know what, I can come in here, I can have an experience, I can hang out with Nathaniel. He can guide me towards something really special that I wouldn't be able to just get at a chain store or at one of the lower quality custom suit competitors that use cheaper materials and that produce things in bulk. I've been really excited about that. It's a big part of my business. It's a big part of what I was hoping to grow in the months ahead. Right now, the tariffs are jeopardizing that entire plan, and it scares the hell out of me. And in the next video, I'll go into some details about what exactly that looks like so that people can sort of understand how tariffs work for a small business like mine and what the consequences of these new policies are. So until then, off I fuck. Thanks.